BravO versus SoulKey.
Excellent. We get to see finally who will qualify for the last spot for these qualifiers, these morning qualifiers.
Yeah. Well, jumping into this game right away, it just looks like a Reaper expand from BravO. Pretty standard stuff here.
Yep, standard straight up on overgrowth. No, nothing too surprising here. I'm really interested to see what kind of style we're going to see from SoulKey. So far, we see no gas, which is the first thing to note.
Pool first.
Pool first. So, yeah, but no gas is the interesting part because obviously you want to get a gas fairly early, especially against Reapers. We did see Solar use the same style on this map. You just go for gasless, you go for extra queens, and you just creep spread like crazy and defend very well with your queens. So I like the style. It was a very old school style. We saw a lot more in Wings of Liberty. It was actually the standard in Wings of Liberty. But since then, it did change up a little bit. These Zerglings can actually get a kill on this SCV. Really slow down this CC.
Oh yeah, this is so annoying. Just these two Zerglings. One going to be able to get that guy down, and the Marines heading out of that barracks just now. But that one SCV's got to run away. Yeah,
it gives you some breathing room too. Like for you to just drone up, don't have to worry really much about defense.
Yeah. Definitely worth it to just send these two Zerglings in, delay that CC timing, and bring the Reaper back. So
there we go. Extra queens, 2 creep queens already, and yeah, no gases for SoulKey. So he's going to play the same sort of style we did see Solar play earlier. And Solar crushed. He did so well.
Oh yeah, he did.
In this game.
On this map as well. Totally crushing out Maru there. Well, Reaper does come into the main base here.
He's going to see everything. He sees it's no gas. He's going to like, okay, so it is going to be that very, very greedy style where you are going to just creep spread with multiple queens, play very defensively. And we do see that Starfall being added with these Hellions, but let's see exactly. Is he going to go for Banshees or is he going to go for something cool? I'd love to see actually a Hellion drop. I think we could see that, a 4 Hellion drop. He's going to do a lot of work against queens.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be that because there was no tech lab building on the barracks, and there we got it. Medevac on the way here.
Yeah, this is very smart. I think this is probably the best response to only queens. Like, you're not going to have speedlings to catch this. You can actually just run around with 4 Hellions, tank 3 queen shots for a time, and just one shot tons of drones. And this is definitely one of the old counters we did see back in Wings of Liberty to this style. In fact, I remember specifically seeing Maru do this nearly every game against this sort of gasless style. And it looks like we actually might see a Banshee follow-up as well.
Yep, there it is. Banshee coming up here, and 1 Reaper and 4 Hellions going to start picking out those queens.
There's only 1 Reaper. There's only so much you can do. I mean, you can pick away at them for a time. Oh, here we go. All right, so we got Marines coming in as well. And this is going to do a lot.
Straight on them. Going to try to bring them out. The transfuses go down.
Blocks! The blocks from this Marine guarantees the first 2 queens. Now that Roaches are out, though, I don't think he can really do much else.
Yeah, but, you know, at least picking up the 2 queens, it is some damage to do, and now he's still got this medevac. He's going to try to drop in the main, it seems. These Hellions are really fast, and if they can get in the mineral line, start to do a lot of damage, but the Roaches are coming back.
Oh, 5.
Roasting 5 and just picking up and getting out. Getting as much damage without losing any of the Hellions.
Unbelievable. 5 just instantly.
Spire here on 2 base.
Oh, it looks like he's going for the mech counter. So he has scouted that it will be mech. And we are seeing BravO invest in Banshees and an armory. So it looks like it will be that mech sort of style on BravO. And what a map to do it on. Overgrowth, fantastic for splitting the map in half, specifically.
Oh no, there's no block in front.
No.
Queen out of position there. But nice run away with the drones. Not going to take much damage.
Well, hey, I mean, you made the drones all run away. So, like, that is in itself a lot of economic damage.
Well, for now, he's got this armory about to finish. He's got 2 of these Banshees coming in, and now he's making tanks. And here come the Hellbats.
Here come the Hellbats. If he gets a nice scan off, he can kind of stop all the creep spread. There is more than enough Roaches to really deal with this, I believe. But it is such an awkward Sim City that he will not.
The Hellbats getting a little ahead of themselves. Yeah. Walking in there, taking some damage. He's actually going through the Evo Chambers here.
He's going to open up a path for the Roaches to get out. Try and deal with this, but Float finishes. There's no Overseer. This is also a big problem for SoulKey.
Roach speed does finish now, so he will be able to kite a little bit better against the Hellbats, as we do see him doing right now. But again, those Banshees in the sky not taking any damage. They're doing a lot of damage themselves. The Hellbats for the follow-up here, but the Mutas do pop out here, and the Overseer is here. They're going to focus down these Banshees, and this push totally cleaned up.
Yeah, completely cleaned up. Now, 20 supply lead for SoulKey. He does have that third base though. It is completely unsaturated.
Yeah, sad Viking here, trying to do his best, but his best is not enough.
Well said,
Sad
fellas.
guy.
Well said. And now we have that Muter Roach sort of composition going on. It really forces the Terran to invest in one or the other, and this tank is completely exposed. Actually, the Roaches could even attack it from the low ground if there were no Muters.
Yeah, 2 Thors trying to pop out here. Once those pop out, he should be okay, but in the meantime, these Mutas doing a lot of damage.
3 Viking.
No missile turret here.
Yeah.
Just doing a bunch of damage.
Doing a bunch of damage. 2 Widow Mines. And more and more Roaches being added for SoulKey. So SoulKey is definitely going for the right composition because he has to make Thors. And Roaches are going to do well against Thors. Mutas obviously going to do pretty bad. And we should see SoulKey kind of transition into a more of a stable mid-game, I think, very, very shortly once he realizes he cannot find too much more damage. We have to wait and see how much Roaches he actually has. 15 Roaches. That is enough to deal with at least 2 Thors. So he should be going for the kill here.
Yeah, he's coming in, man. He's got a lot of Roaches, but again, all of these SCVs, they don't get the repair on that first Thor, but they're trying to fight here and just surround those Roaches, which they are doing a pretty decent job of, and the Banshee coming in as well to pick off some of those Roaches will defend here. Yeah,
fantastic defense from BravO. He really had those Widow Mines in the perfect place. And now we just see SoulKey transition into that macro game. He's like, okay, this is what happened. I've done enough damage, I've applied enough pressure. There is no third base for BravO just yet, so I can go for my 4th, completely drain up my 3rd, get the 5th and 6th gas. It's pretty much what Zergs want to do when they've realized that they're up against mech and they've done with their harassment early on. You need to get really far ahead with economy because mech is the most cost-efficient army in the game. You don't get more cost-efficient than a mech army.
Of course. So we may be going into a bit of a longer one here as these 2 players just power up here. It's going to be hard for either one to kill each other for a long time. And for now, SoulKey just having a little squadron of Roaches. Going to try to delay this third base as much as possible.
Yeah, very smartly from BravO, putting down missile turrets as he moves out of his base. BravO definitely has a lot of time on his hands, but he can, so long as he gets his third base up pretty easily, he can really just play a slow game and eventually split the map in half. He'll want to get a planetary at that gold base, kind of just lock everything down, make sure tanks are everywhere needed, and there's no way that SoulKey can really find a way in after that mid-game. Then it gets a little bit more complicated for Zerg because Terran have all the time in the world to just make the army they want to make, obviously mass load of Ravens, mass load of tanks, make whatever they need to counter what the Zerg is making. And it's really up to SoulKey to find a way in before that happens.
Well, so far he got Burrow and Burrow movement here. He's also putting down that infestation pit. But even with that Burrow and Burrow movement, we see BravO being really smart, as you mentioned before, putting down a lot of missile turrets to protect his army. But they're also going to get vision of these Burrowed Roaches, so if he would try to do some harass with them, it will be definitely that much harder. But here they come.
Here we go. And yeah, everything is in complete position for BravO to deal with this. Even the tank.
He just unburrows and runs out of there. Knows it's going to be nearly impossible to get damage done unless he wants to sacrifice all the Roaches, which I'm sure he doesn't at this point.
No, not yet. I mean, the more you throw away now, the bigger the counterattack will be from BravO when he realizes he has an opening. And we do see BravO up a decent supply already. We are going to see the Swarm Host transition and a Hive. And a proxy hatchery, which I like a lot because it is going to mean the Terran gets those bases a lot slower. You're going to have to kill the hatchery, then wait for the creep.
That is so cool, actually.
It's very, very smart, especially when at this point of the game when Zerg have such a bank.
Yeah.
Such a bank, especially of minerals.
And what you could do with this actually is like send it, if it goes unscouted, you could send like maybe 5 drones each and just start mining out those bases. Because as we go towards like the super ultra end game, you could steal a lot of his minerals if it just goes unscouted for a long time.
I mean, you could steal the gas, which is probably the most important thing of all.
Yeah, that's probably true.
You just get the gas, you sit there and you mine as much as you can, and it really forces the Terran to react to it too. forces them to move out maybe a little bit earlier than they wanted to. And if there's a swarm host on the map, like applying pressure at some point, you obviously want to have your mech there. You want to be focused there, so you can't always necessarily take down these hatcheries. And Overlord survives. Very nicely done.
I believe BravO did scout that, and he's like, wait,
yeah, he's
what?
Like, oh,
like
crap. And that's a lot of mutas, actually. I think we're going to go for a bit of a surprise in the muta attack. It would actually would be fantastic if it was on actually the mech army, because there's only one Thor there, I believe. A lot of free tanks. Looks like he's going to try and get rid of the main base. Yeah,
he's taking out all these missile turrets. They're all going to have to be rebuilt. He's going to try to take out some of this production as well. Going for the CC first, though.
There's a lot of Vikings. But you can just Magic Box if he wants to. There's only one Thor with these Vikings.
Oh, and the Roach is over here picking off a tank. SoulKey is playing this so well right now.
Yeah, just a little timid to deal with the Viking army. I mean, he doesn't really have to. I mean, he did take out the main base, which is a big thing. I mean, he got rid of 2 gases, essentially, which is huge on mech, because mech need gas so badly. You look at BravO's gas count already, and it's only 300, and it's not going to get higher very quickly.
Yeah. SoulKey is playing this so well. Let's keep in mind, SoulKey is the guy who played against Reality in that 2-hour and 30-minute game. So this guy has a lot of practice against mech. So you can see his mech play, or his play against mech, rather, is just really on point so far.
It is looking fantastic. He's in such a commanding position. We do see more and more anti-air being built from BravO now that he knows the position of SoulKey. But SoulKey, you got to be careful. There's a lot of long-range anti-air in that position. Finally, swarm hosts are out in the map.
Looks like a CC floating over towards that gold, not quite landing just yet. Really wants to set up a position here at the gold.
BravO just try to get in position for it, and I think they're going to disappear pretty quickly. Muta's looking for something, but he's got to be careful. There's 3 Thors there that are going to one-shot a lot of them. I'd love to see the HP on those Mutas now.
Nice position here with the Swarm Host very close to this gold base.
And oh, look at this. The drones moving to the bottom right here.
Go.
They should be getting gas, I feel. If they got,
yeah, you are definitely right about that.
Oh,
look at that. Oh my god, there's no way that is ever going to be broken.
That is such an investment into defense as well. I mean, that's like 1,000 minerals at least, just straight into the missile turrets for the main base. That is going to be pretty obsolete soon. Bird Roach is looking for that 3rd base, it looks like. And we are seeing the gases in the bottom right being taken.
Oh, coming in here trying to pick off some of these SCVs and possibly duels.
Yeah, I mean, we could, if those mutas were pretty healthy, you could see them like kind of trade pretty efficiently with the Vikings. There's only a couple of Thors there, as long as they're spread out enough. I feel like SoulKey will probably want to transition into something else very shortly. And we are seeing a Nidus. I actually like that so much. And 50 lings to add to that Nidus.
It's going to be so annoying. You know, when a Terran puts up like a billion missile turrets in his main, he's like, okay, I'm safe. I don't need to worry about harassment there. But he doesn't think about the Nidus and 50 rings coming in and killing all his production.
And it's not like he has like a very fast counter to deal with them either. Like, he's got Hellbats and he's got tanks and Thors. It's like no way he's going to rush into the main base, save all his turrets and main from this swell of Zerglings.
Can't wait till it actually happens.
Oh, wait a second. He's going to use the Zerglings to run in and start trading with the mech?
Oh, he's just going straight in onto the tanks. I mean,
I don't even know if that was worth it, man.
He took out like 3 tanks, I think, but
it's like, I think it was 2 tanks and a Thor or something. And maybe some Hellbats, which super weird. But I guess when you have the bank of SoulKey, you can afford to do that. I would have much preferred it to be a Nidus.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's gone for the Nidus. Might as well just try to go for some Nidus.
And those are like unupgraded Zerglings as well. They're never going to do damage to mech. They're never going to do damage to mech, man. This is not going to happen.
Oh, here we go.
And here we
Nidus
go.
coming in. This is what we would have want to see. Maybe he was going for that attack first, but here we go. It is spotted.
Oh, a tank comes out at the right time to deal with it. Bad luck.
Well, still in an okay position to SoulKey. Still got control of this game. The biggest thing I've noticed is that he's mining gas from both of those bases that he stole, and he's mining a lot of it. I mean, if we can click on that, he's already down to 200, or rather 2,200.
Yeah, he's done pretty well for himself. He just can't go around the side. Oh, wait, we can see that huge swell of Zerglings again. Just spray down with the mech. And you know what? It's doing pretty good this time.
Yeah, he's not even attacking.
Whoa.
Finally he attacks, but he's taken out a ton. And you know, he goes with the Locust as well.
He reset the tank count completely. That is so much gas. That was actually a brilliant move from SoulKey. It didn't work the first time, the second time it worked with charm.
Yeah, very nicely done. Putting down a Hydra down. Getting a bunch of Ultralists. Once he kills a huge chunk of those tanks, you know, going for another big attack with some Zerglings, Locusts, and Ultras could possibly go and break that line.
And I mean, look how low he's keeping BravO's bank while this is all happening. And I mean, SoulKey's bank is only just getting bigger. He's got 4.5k gas. And with his massive swell of Zerglings that he keeps throwing at the mech army, and he was keeping down the minerals pretty low, but minerals are always going to end up being more than the gas when you're up against mech like this. And if you can trade minerals for gas, mech units, like, that is so efficient. It's like ridiculous.
Oh, he actually just went around the missile turrets, and now he's going straight for the tech labs on the starports. The Raven production is going to be taking down a huge chunk.
Yeah.
And the Nidus, it looks like it may just get up here. It's going to try to be denied here by the Hellbats and the tank.
He's trying so hard.
It gets up.
It gets up, and it's going to be Ultras.
One Ultra.
One glorious Ultra is going to deal with everything in this main base. Wrong. 3 tanks come out and deal with that. And for this, all the mutas go down. But I think this is the kind of transition that he was waiting for, because he's got a lot of Ultras on the map. He's got a lot of Swarmers. He can just go into a different sort of composition that's going to be more effective against what we see.
Yeah, very true. It looks like he's actually posturing up to possibly break this line here.
Looks like
Sitting in the Locust. Will he commit here with the Ultras? It looks like it.
He threw down a lot of infested Terrans all over the tanks. Is this going to be enough? We are seeing some Seeker missiles go down on the Queens. He's going to try and keep these Ultras alive for as long as possible with transfuses, but not enough. The mech stays strong.
Very strong indeed. He's still got a big number of tanks. He's making 4 at a time.
Look at the power of mech, Valdez. Look at the power.
I'm seeing it with my own eyes.
This is what happens, but I mean, while this is all going down, we are seeing the banks still. There's no bank for BravO, and there is a pretty decent one for SoulKey. SoulKey once again trading links on tanks.
That's the big thing. Like, even if he doesn't have a good engagement, he can still take like 5 or 6 more engagements with his bank, and BravO's just going to be run dry. I mean, it looks like he's taking that base down there in the bottom right, but he's not minding it.
Yeah, it's going to be a big deal when all the mules drop there as well. It's actually going to change everything, because he will catch up pretty quickly. Only 1.4k minerals for SoulKey. So, you know, he doesn't have that much of a bank. He is spending so much on these Zerglings.
Coming in here with the PDDs again. Just going to defend quite easily there. Scan going down on the right side of the base. I'm not exactly sure what that was for. But now the Banshee going to start getting to work here on this base. I feel like that gas was actually taking a lot down. But here we go, another attack with the Zerglings.
Ooh,
trying to come in, but they get nothing.
There's too many tanks. There's just too many.
306 Zerglings have gone down in this game.
That is a lot of minerals. But it's hard for Zerg to find exactly what the right composition is for this for mass tank Raven Viking. I mean, there isn't much you can go against that. It's going to be cost efficient. You can't go Broodlords, you can't go Ultras. You can't really go Swarm Hosts to a point.
29 mutas being produced right now.
Okay, so this is what he's chosen. There isn't that many. There isn't really any turrets. So long as he maintains a magic box over the Vikings, so the Seeker missiles don't splash from all the mutas, I can see this definitely trading very well. We are seeing more Vikings being added at the same time, and that is a lot of Ravens. So
that it is. I mean,
it's kind
Seeker
of
missiles, it's PDDs, and it's also auto turrets. I mean, he's got so much energy in that mix of Ravens.
Oh, and the scan sees it all. He knows exactly what's up. Here we go. It's a lot of Vikings. Looks like SoulKey's going to go for it, but oh, he's taking so much damage.
Yeah, not so worth it. He's able to take out some of the missile turrets, but losing a bunch of his Mutalists. But the fungals could be amazing. Does he get it? He doesn't go for it. There he goes. Okay, he's actually going for a straight-up fight here. He's just bungling the entire army and trying to fight straight up with his Mutalist, and it's working out really, really well for him. He's taking out all of the air of the Terran right now.
Critical mistake from BravO, getting everything fungled like that in a huge ball. Now he can just deal with the tanks for free.
There's like one turret over there.
One turret, it's not going to do anything. There it goes.
That could be game. I mean, this whole mech army is being taken out. There's so many tanks being taken out. There's barely any minerals being mined right now for BravO. He's got only the gold base and not that many SCVs over there.
I was so surprised to see that fungal actually get everything. That was absolutely amazing. And every tank is going down for it. There is no NEI left.
He's got 30 mutas left.
Yeah.
30 mutas.
He can make more if he wants to. He can make another 20 more.
BravO like cloaks the Banshees. Just like, maybe this will work.
Maybe this will, at the very least, it stops the bouncing, I guess. But
yeah.
Still, I mean, every tank has gone down at this point. 2 mutas alone.
Total cleanup. I love that switch to a giant chunk of mutas right there.
Yeah, I mean, I thought BravO saw it enough in time to be ready for it, but he still got caught by the fungals in such a weird way.
Yeah. And BravO's not even mining from the gold base anymore. He's only mining from that bottom right base.
And that's not going to be around for much longer. We have to wait and see how many turrets are actually on that. And that's enough mutas to Magic Box 3 Thors, but it looks like he doesn't want to trade with them.
Yeah, I mean, he's totally fine to just come down here, kill all the turrets, kill a bunch of SCVs, stop the mining, and, well, doesn't commit quite that heavily.
Ooh. Still, doesn't matter. Not enough tanks to stop these swarm hosts. And finally, the Locusts are going to be finding some damage.
Here they come. They're on the chase.
Chase down some tanks. Getting some revenge, finally, for how many Locusts have died in this game.
Yeah, and look at the banks right now. I mean, BravO, even if he wanted to come back here, he can't make units, whereas SoulKey can make whatever he wants. He's maxed once again. And the choice right here is mutas, once again. I mean, like you said, he can just kill all those Thors. There's not enough missile turrets here.
Once again, resetting the tank count. You need tanks to deal with swarm hosts.
Look at this huge swell of mutas. It's like not enough. He could actually just go Magic Box those. I feel like he just feels like he doesn't have to. So he's just walking around, or rather flying around.
He can make 50 mutas right now. GG.
GG.
SoulKey